Good morning, everybody. And on behalf of Bidwells and Cambridge Ahead, a very big welcome to this seminar.
One of the most significant challenges facing the government. We are still building nowhere near enough houses in this country, and Cambridge, even though it is in the midst of a very significant building programme, is still perhaps struggling to keep pace with the success and the growth of the economy with regard to further development and so on.
The bottom line is that we cannot cope with the level of gridlock that we've started to experience in the afternoon peak. People won't use the buses if there's 8 buses queued between the centre of the city and the railway station. The bottom line is people have to be able to come to a business meeting and expect that 8 out of the 10 people, or preferably all 10, are actually there sitting at the beginning of the meeting. Business is only going to work if we actually address some of these issues, and they're not simple. What a wealth of companies, £12 billion annual turnover as an economy, an international small city. I can't see us succeeding unless government recognises that we actually are an international city and actually understands the mechanics of that, and the fact that we are competing with the science and other innovation cities right across the planet, and we are not a challenge to the rest of the UK. Our growth has huge benefits right across Cambridgeshire East and much wider.
This economy is unusually dependent on the public sector. What does it show? Well, the first thing it shows is that although the economy is generally very lively and had perked up as a result of recovering from the recession in 2010, the knowledge-intensive sector within that is very much larger than we had previously thought. Previous numbers have talked about roughly 1,500 companies in the knowledge-intensive sector. The number is, at the end of 2013, 4,505. 4,500, that's 3 times what we thought it was. So, for example, there are over 2,500 companies in the ICT sector. There are nearly 300 companies in the biotech sector, life sciences sector. There are nearly 1,200 companies in knowledge-intensive services. That's things like R&D consultancy. Well, what is happening is that people are coming here because of the biomedical campus and the fact that Cambridge is on the edge of masses of land. So people who are sitting in London with very property-constrained prices on labs in London are suddenly saying, gosh, we could go to Cambridge and then we'll bring the lab there.
So clearly the noun powerhouse is not only for the current fashionable preserve of northern cities. Cambridge is one of the few cities which is a net contributor to the wealth of the UK. So we have a proposal to government which has 4 key elements. Firstly, it's a reality check to government that this is an economy at risk of overheating, and as a net contributor to the UK should be of national concern if it does not receive the right level of investment in the key drivers that have been indicated. Secondly, it is not a cap in hand asked to government. We want to find more innovative solutions to infrastructure investment, and particularly in housing. Thirdly, we want to work closer with government agencies to ensure regional transport plans truly reflect local priorities. And we need to address the 30-year-old per pupil school funding model, which leaves Cambridge schools still drastically underfunded compared to the national average. We intend to begin discussions with them this month. The Case for Cambridge report will soon be available for sharing with you, and we very much hope you will continue to follow us as we progress through. Thank you very much.
And following our research, the top 2 are housing and transport. We really need to nail those down. I don't think it's much of a threat of firms moving elsewhere. I think the threat is about expansion elsewhere, and it won't be elsewhere in the UK, it'll be elsewhere worldwide. So we need to address these issues and need to do them now.
Well, it's a continuing dialogue with government to say that business, university, all of the interests in Cambridge, the councils, are all united, and also that we need to have extra resources to make Cambridge even more effective as a city.
What it means for central government is that they actually got quite a large economy here now, which is delivering high growth and net benefit to the whole UK economy. This is not a city that is ailing, it's a city that is thriving. We're not after government investment, we're after a government licence to put the investment in to deliver the infrastructure. It isn't going to be that we want to get the public sector to come in and spend its money here to get us going. We're going fine, we just need the licence to be able to deploy the funds using public assets to make ourselves grow.
Pace for Cambridge is an ask to central government about a long-term infrastructure investment, and it's also about bringing the successes to the attention of government so they fully understand what Cambridge has been achieving, and secondly also what the risks to Cambridge is if there isn't further investment in Cambridge. It's quite simple. Cambridge is a net contributor to the UK, so if investment doesn't come forward for Cambridge, it will have an impact, a negative impact on the whole of the UK.